The creation of humans is God's last act of creation, at least in the Genesis account. Humans are the culmination of the whole earthly creation, the purpose for which the earth was made. Then God said, "Let us make human beings in our image, to be like us. They will reign over the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, the livestock, all the wild animals on the earth, and the small animals that scurry along the ground." So God created human beings in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. Then God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth and govern it. Reign over the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, and all the animals that scurry along the ground." Then God said, "Look, I have given you every seed-bearing plant throughout the earth and all the fruit trees for your food." Genesis 1 verses 26 to 29. Then the Lord God formed the man from the dust of the ground. He breathed the breath of life into the man's nostrils, and the man became a living person. Genesis 2 verse 7. What is the connection between these two different versions in regard to the creation of humanity? That God has created humans in his image is one of the boldest statements of the Bible. Only humans have been created in the image of God. Though God made all sorts of wild animals, livestock, and small animals, each able to produce offspring of the same kind. Genesis 1 verse 25. So God created human beings in his own image. Genesis 1 verse 27. This formula has often been limited to the spiritual nature of humans, which is interpreted to mean that the image of God is understood to signify only the administrative function of representing God, or the spiritual function of relationship with God or with each other. While these understandings are correct, they fail to include the important physical reality of this creation. Both dimensions are, indeed, included in the two words image and likeness, describing this process in Genesis 1 verse 26. While the Hebrew word salam refers to the concrete shape of the physical body, the word demet, likeness, refers to abstract qualities that are comparable to the divine person. Therefore, the Hebrew notion of the image of God should be understood in the holistic sense of the biblical view of the human nature. The biblical text affirms that human individuals, men and women, have been created in God's image physically, as well as spiritually. As Ellen G. White clearly comments, when Adam came from the Creator's hand, he bore, in his physical, mental, and spiritual nature, a likeness to his Maker. Education, page 15. In fact, this holistic understanding of the image of God, including the physical body, is reaffirmed in the other creation account, which says that man became a living person. Genesis 2 verse 7. Literally, a living soul, nephesh, as the result of two divine operations. God formed and God breathed. Note that the breath often refers to the spiritual dimension, but it is also closely tied to the biological capacity of breathing, the part of the man that was formed of the dust of the ground. It is the breath of life. That is, breath spiritual and life physical. God will later perform a third operation, this time to create the woman from the body of the man. Genesis 2 verses 21 and 22. A way to emphasize that she is of the same nature as the man.